Hi, everybody. It's Costas Kivelos, and today we are going to have another episode of Pre-Con Condo Corner with First Access Condos. Sorry about the delay, but we know that a lot of us have busy lives and it's hard to get home. I personally drove 2 hours to get home today from downtown. Really second guessing my move to Aurora during times like this. But this is why we need condos. It's the traffic congestion and the density in general. And I've been telling people for years, to whoever is going to listen, that our city is going to become a series of islands, where New York's a series of islands and they became boroughs and whatever, right? Toronto's going to become a series of islands based on traffic and how difficult it is to commute from one place to another. And that is basically what's happening now. That is basically what happened to me today and is what's going to happen in the future. It is going to get so bloody impossible to get from one part of the city to the other that people are going to spend a lot more time in their neighborhoods, or they're going to resort to public transit eventually when the city starts building it and completes it. Hopefully we're going to have our first new subway opening up later this year, early next, the Eglinton LRT, subway and LRT, and then we have the Ontario Relief Line. We're going to have more lines coming up, more smart track coming up, LRTs. We know we have one coming along the lakeshore. We have one, I believe, that'll be going across Dundas, and we're gonna have another one coming up here, Ontario. So the west end of the city is getting it, and then we're getting some subways here in the core, and it'll be fantastic. So before we start today's webinar, I wanna basically talk about what has been going on with the market. And it'd be great if I could actually go on screen right now, Kayla, so people can see me. It's very hard for me to talk and not see myself. There we go. So there I am. So hi, everybody. What's been going on? Basically a market update. In the past few months, actually since the start of the year, we have seen an uptake in buyer confidence. And how do we know that's happening? Well, that's easy to tell because there's not more inventory, but there is a hell of a lot more multiple offers happening. Almost every product, every home that is half decent is getting not just at or 2 or 3 multiple, but 10, 20, 30 multiple offers. And this is fantastic because this means that buyer confidence is coming back. Sorry, my chair is giving me issues as well. It is one of those days. So buyer confidence is back. And we're seeing that by people bidding on houses, willing to go over asking, willing to get back to what we've become used to here in Canada's greatest real estate market, North America's greatest real estate market, in my opinion, based on the uptake in performance that we've experienced over the past decade. And we've seen buyers come back with a vengeance, in a fury. And that is happening right now. And what we don't see is more inventory flooding the market. And it is going to take a serious uptake in inventory to actually cool what is happening right now. And I forecast that's not going to happen. I always said that 2023, the market was going to bounce back in resale, and then pre-con was going to come back. And we are going to knock out record numbers. We are already the record setter out of all major metropolitan areas across the globe for pre-con condo sales. And we will go back to record numbers. I predict 2024 will be a record year. By then, interest rates will have started coming down. Again, I'm very outspoken on this topic. Interest rates should have started coming down a long time ago. Inflation actually started to cool last end of summer. And the last time we checked in March, it was down in the low 4%. That's from highs close to 10. So we are doing phenomenally well. I think the interest rates have nothing to do with this because our government still prints money as well and is going all over the world, handing out billions of dollars as opposed to investing it here. But that is for another webinar. Today, we're just talking about real estate. So my predictions: buyers are back, buyer confidence is back, 2 interest rate hikes where no hike was called. That's all it took. Many multiple offers, low rise and resale will be skyrocketing starting, and it's already started. Pre-con's coming back with a vengeance. We were selling Union City. First tower, 85% sold in 5 days. Second tower, very similar numbers. We're fighting to get more units because it's never enough for projects like that. I've actually been trying to go by the sales center daily, and sometimes that which we need to have what we have to do sometimes behind the scenes. By the fall, real estate will be back to where it was across the board. What does this mean for pre-con? Well, During the drop in sales volume that we experienced last year, we saw developers launching and starting their prices, in my estimate, about $100 a square foot below where it would have been if there was no drop in sales volume. So automatically, if someone buys now before the fall, they're going to have about $100 a square foot savings. Yes, I am calling for an overnight jump in pre-con prices. Literally, it might not be overnight, but it'll be very quick. And what better time for it to happen than the summer when it traditionally slows down, okay? So all of a sudden, if you've been on the sidelines and you say the fall I'm going to buy in, that place you could have got for $750, it's probably going to be $800. So heed my advice. Great time to buy is now. The best time would have been yesterday. And since we sell condos, not time machines, you better buy today as opposed to tomorrow. Another thing everyone should pay attention to. There were serious whispers going on in the back rooms with developers that the deposit was going to get raised from 20% down to 25% down. And the only reason this announcement wasn't made was because of inflation and interest rate hikes. Now that that's kind of been put to bed, I wouldn't be surprised if by next year, it's 25% down to buy a condo. What does that mean? That means with the average prices up over $800 in the city of Toronto, you're going to have to cough up north of $40 additional $1,000. This money won't make you any more money because you would still be making the same money based on leveraging even without it. So it's more money out of pocket. So again, another reason to get into the market. And lastly, and this is major, one of the biggest developers, the most prolific developers here in the city, and one of my favorite to work with, and I own in their buildings, okay, is launching a project near Kipling Station. And I guarantee you, they will have 20% down in 2 years, not 5% a year. That might be the signal, depending on how well they do. And they are going to do really well because we're going to do well there, okay? I predict that by the fall, gone are the 5% a year deposit structures with the final 5 at occupancy. Back are 20% in 2 years. And by next year, 25% in 2 years. So those are 3 major factors and reasons why, if you are on the sideline, for those agents watching, if your clients are on the sideline, that the time to buy is now. Now, let's start the webinar, and I hope everybody enjoyed that little bit of commentary from me. The webinar actually started at 7:12. Thank you, Kayla. But today we're investing in the 23 pre-con spring condo market. Today's meeting agenda will be split into 3 sections. Pre-construction condos intro, for those of you that are new, or those of you that want a bit of a refresher because you've been on the sidelines for a while. 2, common pre-con buying mistakes to avoid. Please pay attention to this section. We give you the reasons, the how and the whys you will not succeed in this business. Don't make those mistakes and you will do phenomenally well, like close to 1,000 clients have. I myself personally have done, my friends and family have done, and basically how you're going to succeed in the most exciting and most lucrative aspect of real estate in our city. And finally, and we never end a webinar without this, an insider look at the hottest projects launching this spring. And by hottest projects, I mean the hottest. These are the ones coming up immediately in the next few weeks, not into June. We might do another webinar in a couple of weeks because we have so much product launching. And what does that mean? That means we literally have something for everyone. We have projects from Ajax to Burlington, to Vaughan, to downtown, and everywhere in between, with price points from $1,000 a square foot to $1,700 a square foot. So don't tell me there's not something for you. If you're sitting on the sidelines and you don't jump in the next couple of weeks to a month, you have no one to blame but yourself. Let's go, Kayla. This is the intro to pre-construction condos. What is pre-con? Pre-construction is buying real estate as a true investment. You're speculating. You're buying something today with the hope that it's going to increase in value later on. And that is what investing is. Purchasing of something before it is even built with the hope that once built, it will have an increase in value. Why? Because it's not built yet. So you're taking what appears to be the most a risk, but because of the safeguards in place, you're not taking any risk. But you buy something even before it's built, you get the best price, And that's when you make the most money. Pre-con is exactly what it sounds like. It's a condo that is yet to be built. So what have I kept repeating? It is something you buy before they build it. That's where the pre comes in. And why do we do this? Because by the time you build these, and remember, this is Canadian Toronto construction. Nothing happens quickly. So buying a condo here takes 3 to 6 to 7 years to build, depending how much they have to excavate. That means depending on how tall it is. So you buy now because you think it's going to get more expensive later on. Resale versus pre-con. The bulk of the appreciation for pre-con is earned before it's built. That's right. Contrary to public opinion, you do not make your money after it's built because that's when you have expenses. You make the money during construction. It is completely hassle-free, essentially zero expenses, carrying costs, and headaches while your investment is appreciating. That's because you have no tenants, no property taxes, no mortgage, no utility, no insurance, and I call that no headaches. Appreciation for your investment is based on total purchase price, while the investor is only contributing 15 to 20%. And if that final 5% is at occupancy, it's not even a deposit, so it's 15% down, because by the time you give that money, you're closing very, very shortly thereafter. So we don't calculate that. So between 15 and 20% deposit, but you are benefiting, making gains, accruing profit based on the total purchase price. And that, my friends, is leveraging. And that's how we can take a little bit of money and compound it into a lot of money. And what do we do here at First Access Condos? We leverage better than anyone else. We teach you and show you how this leveraging allows an investor to use one original down payment and use that to purchase new condos. That's right. And how do we do that? Let me give you an example. Say I buy this unit for $1 million. Okay, we're just using round numbers. And I put $200,000 down. Now this unit appreciates by 100%. But in reality, we've been generating north of 270% gross returns over the course of the build into year one. So if it goes up, please, let's continue. Sorry, I lost track of thought there. So what we do, don't go back. I mean, don't go forward. What we do here is we have our 200,000 deposit, and then we've made profit of an additional 200,000. When we go to register a mortgage on that, we have made a profit. We have built up equity. And if you tap into that equity, you can use that equity to purchase an additional condo at sometimes zero new money out of pocket. So you use the gain in the original condo, you pull out the equity, and then you buy new condos, and then you repeat. And with the increase in interest rates, the increase in rental rates, that allows us to cover the majority of the increase in mortgage and not be worried too much and be too much out of pocket. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, my condo closed late last year and I'm in the hole $1,000 a month. And guess what? So was I in the condo I closed on. But that was with a 6% interest rate. And they're going to come down sub 3 very, very soon in the next year or so. Ten common buying mistakes you should avoid. And please pay attention to this, because these are the mistakes that we've seen over years of experience that are reoccurring, and these destroy people's chances of following through with their purchase and doing phenomenally well. I have met many people who said, I have second thoughts, this is bothering me, that's bothering me, and then they come back a year later and they try to buy and they no longer can afford it. There's a few guarantees in life: death, taxes, and that our real estate's going to be more expensive a year from now than it was the year before. And again, anomalies happen like last year, but in reality, if we look at how much low-rise appreciated and how quickly, then the writing was all the wall for that one. We're going to do a countdown here. We're 10. They're all bad. I'll call it like it is. These are all horrible things. Don't do it. Don't let your clients do it. And if you guys don't understand, reach out to us so we can explain you, so we can stop you from making a horrible mistake, something detrimental to your fiscal well-being, and backing out of a deal because one of these. Number 10, buying where you would live and not seeing the actual investment opportunity. It is very difficult for people that are new to investing in real estate and have their own home that they end use to visualize someone else living in the house, in the condo they're trying to buy, in the area they're trying to buy. It is difficult. They need to disassociate themselves, take a step outside, and think big picture. What is happening to the area? Is there transit or is it coming? Is there employment opportunities coming? Is there post-secondary schools coming? Is there more condos coming? Because remember, condos have a synergistic effect on each other. All things like that and more is what you should focus on, and not whether you would live there. Whether you would live there or not should be the last thing on an investor's mind. And once you are able to eliminate that cancer from your mind, you'll be able to invest clear head and know exactly what you're doing and not miss out on opportunities. Number 9, focusing on prices of previous project in the area. Earlier I said, and I believed I coined this phrase, that we sell condos, not time machines. And because of that, we can't go back in time. So the best time to buy a condo is today, because tomorrow it'll be more. And this is what happens to people. They're like, the building before this one was $50 a square foot more or $100 a square foot more. Yes, it was, but you did not buy them. You weren't ready, you weren't confident, or who knows, you weren't in the market, you hadn't saved up enough. So as opposed to licking your wounds and crying that you didn't get into that one, and in turn missing out in this one, because guess what, the next one will be even more, take an opportunity to get into the one that's available. Carpe diem, Latin for seize the day. Never pass on an opportunity worried about the one that you missed. You'll worry more about this one being missed and then the one after, and you'll never get it done. Number 8, hyper focus on trivial details. So many people ask me, what are the maintenance fees? My response most of the time is, what difference does it make? And I hold and I wait, because the reality of the matter is all maintenance fees are generally the same. In the larger buildings, there is a very small possibility, that they would go up significantly at closing registration. In small luxury boutique buildings with very minimal number of units, that's where the possibility occurs. And I know this. I finally took possession of the jewel in the crown, a unit that I was planning to live in with my family pre-divorce. And I was in the Toronto Star about this years ago. I took a leap of faith, and it was expensive at the time, but I was confident, and I actually had 10 sleepless nights during rescission, wondering if I was making the right decision. And now I'm ecstatic that I made the purchase, like most of our clients are, okay? And those maintenance fees, I believe, was a significant increase. But there's only 28 units in the building. If you're buying an investment property, that's not the building you're gonna buy. You're gonna buy most likely in a tower or something with 200 units, 180 if it's boutique, and I wouldn't be worried about maintenance fee skyrocketing. Location of elevators. It doesn't matter if the elevator is next to your unit. It doesn't matter if the elevator is across from your unit. It doesn't, because usually units that are like that have a lower price per square foot. And guess what? Buying in at the lowest price per square foot in a building means you can only reap the benefits of higher price per square foot product. Think of it like this. Would you buy, as an investment, the small non-renovated house on a house filled with renovated homes, or would you buy the only house that's renovated on a street of non-renovated homes? Obviously, you would buy the one not renovated. And think of it with that way, that's the way you make money. So buy the lowest PSF, focus on PSF, not trivial details, and not floor plans. Number 7, don't purchase because launch date has changed. Guess what? None of these dates are etched in stone. There is so many moving parts behind the scene when it comes to a launch, and everything has to be perfectly aligned, because really these projects have 3 to 4 weeks to hit it out of the park or they strike out. And that's why they need to make sure they're fully prepared to launch when they're ready, so dates gets pushed back. We've been waiting for projects since last year because of the drop in sales volume, and they're going to come, but we don't know when. But you know what? Don't be discouraged like that. It is not a concern, and it is not something you worry about. Number 6, trying to use resale contacts for pre-con. Lawyer, mortgage broker, and sometimes agent, believe it or not. First of all, lawyers that don't sell pre-con, especially the older lawyers that have been practicing for a very long time, they will destroy your client's deal. How does that happen? Well, you as your client look to your lawyer for guidance and protection. But if a lawyer doesn't have experience, what he's going to do is not know how to make requests or comment on a contract. So because he's a lawyer and he knows what his obligation is and how he should appear to be, he's probably going to sit there and charge you way too much money to read a contract he's not familiar with. He's going to make ridiculous requests that'll never get answered. Okay. And basically, he's going to create a sense of fear and doubt in your mind as the buyer. And that's not good. Use a lawyer that specializes in pre-construction. And if they do, they should tell you in today's market and in this type of real estate market environment here in the GTA, usually we never get any changes allowed in the contract. But let's try it and see, because if we don't try, we don't know. Mortgage broker, again, go to a mortgage broker for a pre-approval. Very few branches in the GTA have experience with pre-con, and they will have you coming back and forth like a yo-yo in and out of the branch because they've never done a pre-approval. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to your clients. Work with a mortgage broker that specializes in pre-con and make sure the purchasing experience is as pleasurable as possible. I love this one. Having a crystal ball, AKA trying to time the real estate market. No one can time the real estate market. I can't time the real estate market, and I have nightmares and dreams about real estate. Nobody can. But I will tell you this. If you buy something today, it will go up in value. It will. And in the next 5 years, it will skyrocket in value, simply based on supply and demand. The government likes to talk about building $150,000 a year. That's nonsense. We are building 35 to 45,000 new units here in the GTA a year, and we are at max capacity for our construction crews. There's no more people, no more companies to build these things. So we can't do 3.5 times more. And here's another thing. Because only 60% of the expected sales happened last year, in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years, there is going to be that additional lack of supply coming into play. So we have record immigration, record foreign students, record low supply. You don't have to be an economy PSG to understand that. We know what that means, and prices are going to go up. This is a worksheet thing that I'm going to talk about, number 4. Failing to provide a true max budget on your worksheet. Why is this imperative? And what is a worksheet? A worksheet is a piece of paper which outlines your request and criteria for a project on what you are willing to buy. And this is important because we use this to get you a unit. Without an accurate explanation of your needs, wants, and what you can and cannot do, you will miss out in a unit at game time. And yes, it has been slower than what we were used to for the past 8 months, but it's picking up. We did 2 deals today, and we're going to do 5 more. We did 5 on the weekend. Got 7 deals in a few short days. Trust me, the market is back. So put your accurate budget, because when I get a unit, a condo, that's what we call them, unit, and you have a max budget of 800, but I get one for 840, I'm going to give it to the person that has a budget of 850, and you can't blame me. So don't miss out on the first round, which is the best time to buy, because you weren't accurate about your budget. No one's asking you for a loan. Number 3, not understanding what a preliminary worksheet is. The preliminary worksheet is the holy grail of pre-construction. This is the number 1 thing which allows you to get front of the line access to the hottest projects in the city while also actually getting a unit to sign and buy. This is what you fill out based on the insider information that we provide to you long before a project starts. And if you're first, you get first crack at a unit. If you're 10th, you most likely get 10th crack at a unit. So trust me, You must fill this out and tying back into number 4, use some accurate numbers. Now, this ties in with number 2 and 1 as well. But people tell me, Costas, how can I fill out this preliminary worksheet if I haven't seen exact pricing and floor plans? Easy, because all I do is condos and all I do is spend my time with sales teams and developers. What am I doing? I'm getting insider information, like approximate price per square foot. If you tell me that you want a 1-bedroom and I know the price per square foot based on precedent of project after project after project, pretty much using the same square footage for units, I can provide you an accurate estimate, and so in my staff. So we can sit there and give you a forecast of what you're looking to pay. That allows you to tell us 1-bedroom, 1 plus 10, 2, etc. And that's how we get you front of the line. Number 2, waiting for launch day before submitting a worksheet. This should be self-explanatory by now, but I'll backtrack a little. If people have been submitting prelims up to a month before launch and you come in on game day and tell me, look, I have my worksheet. Hey, I don't work for free. You guys shouldn't either. Our job is to satisfy everyone's thirst for units and get everybody a unit. But if there's a lineup of people that were out of the gate long before you, chances are you might not get first round. And that's why you need to come out of the gate hot and get in a prelim. And the greatest mistake anyone can make is waiting for the perfect floor plan. The perfect floor plan doesn't exist. You know what exists? The perfect price. And when does that happen? First round. So you get a 1-bedroom in the first round, you take that 1-bedroom in the first round. Oh, it's number 6 instead of 7. Who cares? Take number 7. Oh, it's on the 40th instead of the 34th floor. Take the 40th. Do you see my point here? Take whatever you get in the first round and tying back into the start of this, you're not going to live there. Okay, let's see what else we're talking about today. Okay, my favorite part of these. An insider look at the hottest projects launching this spring. And again, this is not all of them. We have over 14. We got an update that more are coming out almost daily. Buckle up. It's going to be a long, busy ride this spring. But like I said, the last affordable time to buy with 5% a year. And the project that's not 5% a year, it is priced so well that you can't let that not be in the race for best project of the year. Okay, let's start. BIRCHLEY Park. I was here today, massive launch, a lot of hype, a lot of buzz. There was excitement in the air. I was sweating up a storm. That's how hot it was. Everybody was excited. This is in the upper beaches, okay? It is on Victoria Park, north of Gerrard, south of Danforth. And what is that VP in Danforth? The subway. What is that Danforth in Maine? The GO. What is down the street to the west? The beaches. What is down the street to the east? The bluffs. Get my picture here. I'm painting an accurate picture. This is fantastic. We have a podium of 3 to 12 stories, 665 units at this master plan, a 5.5 acre park, 19 acre community, 11,000 being a long day, 11,000 square feet of indoor, 18,000 square feet of outdoor, 5,000 ground level retail, and 29,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor amenity space in total. This one has a Scandinavian theme. So what they've done is they have a 4-season pool that's just steaming in the winter. Think of how nice it would be if you decide to live here and you come out in the middle of winter in your robe and hop into that pool with the steam coming up, how nice it would feel from hot and cold, how good that is. So many studies are out on how healthy that is for you. Imagine the feature, the selling feature, if you're trying to rent this out and it has something like that. Sky's the limit. We have more data on this. We have lots of stuff. This launch today, we have pricing, floor plans, deposit structures, incentives, everything you need to make an informed decision and to get in here as your next or first fantastic investment. Let's pull up the map, Kayla, and let's show you where this is, everybody. So we see the subway above BIRCHLEY, the upper beaches to the left, the GO in between them. We have the beaches below and Birchcliff, which is the bluffs to the right. Fantastic for those that love nature. Fantastic for those that want to be in the city but feel like they're outside. Just fantastic all around. And I think this is going to be really good for everyone. Reach out to us, firstaccesscondos.com, and we'll send this package to you hot off the press, fresh today. Now, I'll take a sip of water because this is the one a lot of people have been waiting for. We have been waiting for Burlington product for over 1 year. I believe it was last March that we launched Martha James. It is now April 26th, okay? That is tomorrow, a year later. North Shore Condos, National Homes, 490 Plains Road East, north of the golf course. From the 4th floor, all you see is golf course and lake. 2 towers. It doesn't get much better than this. First tower, 153 suites, 8 stories. That's only 153 suites when people have been waiting a year. Chaos is going to unfold. People are going to be lining up. Get in with First Access Condos and get your unit before everybody else. Don't get left out in the rain because it's going to be raining for 6 days straight. Welcome to spring, everyone. Pricing, around $1,000 square foot. Units are slightly larger by approximately 50 square feet. 5,000 square feet of amenities, 3 minutes to the Burlington Golf and Country Club. You can walk your bag there with your clubs. 15 minutes to Hamilton, 35 minutes to Toronto, steps to the Aldershot Go, minutes to Burlington Go, steps to QEW, steps to the 403 and 407. This is fantastic, checks all the boxes. Even if you have somebody and you're thinking about getting student housing for Hamilton and the universities, it's only 15 minutes away. And where would you live? No brainer, North Shore. Let's pull that map up, Kayla. There we go. To the south of us, we see the Burlington Golf and Country Club, 10-year wait to become a member. My friend that lives in the area, unfortunately, he's having a divorce. He is buying a unit for himself. And 2 years ago, he's already been on the waiting list for the golf course for 2 years. They do allow you occasionally to come in if you're not a member and on the waiting list, but still, imagine the demand for it. Where we see here, we see the 403, the 407, the QEW. We see the Burlington Go. We see everything we need, and we see the beautiful lake. That's right. This is the place to buy if you're looking West End. And we got someone else to compete with it right next to it coming up soon. Now we're going to shoot up to Guelph. Modern towns. People always tell us, why do you only sell condos? Well, condos make them for the best investment. But for some people, they're set in their ways and they want towns, houses, etc. So we don't have any low-rise houses today, but we do have some stacked towns. And these towns are steps to all the universities in the KW. That's it, close to everything that is university. Now, when you think townhouses in the KW, Kitchener-Waterloo, what do you think? You think student housing. But we're not calling it student housing because that could potentially pose a financing risk, making financing more difficult, potentially having you raise more. So this is called a proper stacked town development. But don't mistake it. They are going to be directly rented out by students, and these things are cash cows. Very low PSF, 6 to 650, less than half of Toronto's. Rents are not that far off from Toronto, and you're going to have students every year with the ability to raise rent in between. Sounds too good to be true. It's not. Marquee Moderns towns. And here is a map of where it's located. As you expect in Kitchener-Waterloo, lots of green, lots of open land, close to university we see here. Fantastic opportunity, okay? Reach out to me, reach out to my staff, and let's get you into this project. If you're looking for a town, you might as well buy a town that makes you money, and that's Marquee Towns. Now, we went Burlington, Guelph, and now back a little bit more east to Oakville. I just took a long drink and a long pause to add to the dramatic nature of this project. This is a boutique building with only 5 stores and 157 suites. $1,050 price per square foot, average, including parking. That's right, including parking. Boutique condo in towns in Oakville's preserved neighborhood, steps from parks and trails. Everyone should really consider Oakville. Oakville has more people coming to work in Oakville daily than they have leaving Oakville to go to work daily. That's a little known fact. There is a huge shortage of new condos in Oakville, massive. This project has $1,050 a square foot price, includes parking, and is being built by North America's largest home builder, Mattamy Urban, a division of Mattamy Homes. That's right. What do we know about Mattamy? Lowest price on the market always. What else do we know? Only 10% in the first year, and that's it until occupancy. That's right, 10% down, lowest price per square foot. Nobody beats Mattamy. They have the bank that no one else does, and they can afford to give you the best pricing with the best deposit structure time and time again. This is launching May 3rd. I'm going to an event that night, and guaranteed I will have more information for you and a little insider info. That's why you come here. Tomorrow, I'm doing a video shoot at the sales center, one of the first, and we'll get that uploaded to social media and let everybody see it for those of you that are looking at Oakville as your next investment opportunity. ALLURE, the project that will stand out from the rest. 43 majestic stories soaring into the heavens on King East in Toronto at King and Princess. Trust me, I've been to the sales center. I've seen what they're building. I know the developer and the sales team. I know how long they've been working on this. This will be the pinnacle of luxury in our city. This will be the height of luxurious living and condo renting in the GTA. No expense will be spared. Nothing but the finest. I'm not even going to go into the 99 walk score, 99 transit score, 97 bike score. That's understandable. Look where it is. It's in the heart. Close to St. Lawrence Market, George Brown, UFT, Financial District, walking distance to the Financial District, but $200 a square foot less than what it would be on Yonge Street. That's right. 800 square feet, $200 a square foot. That's $160,000 less to walk a few minutes. Few minutes, save $160K. No brainer. The icing on the ALLURE cake and an example of how luxurious it will be with no expense spared is the developer and the building will have a Rolls Royce and chauffeur on call at the building where tenants or owners can book the ride service and get chauffeured to their destination and back for whatever reason they see fit. You have a special evening planned with an important person in your life? Get the Rolls. You have a business meeting with client? Get the Rolls. You're going to the airport and you want to arrive in luxury? Get the Rolls. Do you see my point? Get the Rolls, get ALLURE, make some money. This condo, I'm telling you, is going to go above and beyond for luxury. And those of you who want to go to the sales center, reach out to us. I do not mind meeting you at the sales center for this project. This project, you have to see it to believe it. Here's a map of where it's located. Like I said, King and Princess, right in the heart of downtown. Walking distance to Financial, walking distance to St. Lawrence, walking distance to Distillery. It is pretty much in the center of everything, and it is a fantastic price with unparalleled luxury. KSC, Kipling Station Condos, brought to you by CentreCourt. Everybody knows we do a lot of business with CentreCourt, a lot of business. We've been doing it for years now. Everybody should know that I own in their buildings too. I do. Am I happy? 100%. Are they behind schedule? No, they're ahead. Am I worried? No, I'd rather get my product and know it's getting completed and be confident in the developer that's building it and not CentreCourt. Excuse me. What is CentreCourt famous for? Quality product, quick build, efficient build, best price in the area, and no interim occupancy. Everything they do is done in-house. Nothing's contracted out. They're in charge. And that's how they can offer $1,180 per square foot estimated. That's under $1,200, 50 stories, 550 suites, thousands and thousands of square feet of amenities. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. I'm not talking about the amenities. This is the first building, the first units next to the Kipling Station Transit Hub of 13,000 units coming to the next area. That's 13,000. It's almost a Dr. Evil moment. That's how many units are coming to this area. And what did we say? Buying a master plan. It makes more money over the course of the 10 years after built than a standalone tower. Be the first in a master plan. And that's when you actually change the business model, keep it a few more years, and you make more money because the appreciation curve stays elevated because everything else is new around it. Okay? New Etobicoke City Hall, new government buildings, new employment opportunities, condo after condo after condo, GO Train, My Way, UPS Express, and the subway, all at your back door. Trust me, this is the area to buy if you're budget conscious, but you want to buy something and know it's a winner. But heed my warning. Preliminary worksheets are a must for Center Court. When they give me units, they give me 5 to 10 to 15 minutes to place them. And I place them. Why? Because here at First Access Condos, you guys, the listeners, the viewers, other agents that work with us, our real estate partners, and our buyers come and pay attention and take a little bit of time for your busy day and watch these webinars so that you're prepared and know how things work and you never miss out on a first round deal. This is coming out May 8th. We will post lots of stuff from the launch event. We will start updating. We have a key plate. We have a price. All you need is a prelim worksheet, and we're going to take care of you at Kipling Station Condos. Be the first out of 13,000 units. And here's the location. At Auckland Road on the southwest corner of Auckland and Dundas Street West. Walking distance, and I'm talking a short walk to the Kipling Station Transit Hub. For some reason now, it is based on timeline. Sorry about that. I've been so absorbed in talking about these fantastic projects that I was like, why are we bouncing all over the city? But we can't accommodate timelines in both, and I'm happy we went by timelines. Launching May 9th in Waterloo, the KW, okay? We have Domus Developments boutique building called Flex. Domus is like the center court of Kitchener-Waterloo. That's where they build a lot of experience. That's all they do out there. We have a boutique 7-story project, 2 minutes to the Waterloo Technology Park. That's the Silicon Valley of Canada. 3 minutes to the University of Waterloo, 4 minutes to Wilfrid Laurier, 4 minutes to Conestoga College. Do you guys see a pattern here? I see a pattern. And 9 minutes to Waterloo Park. Transit at your doorstep, and 41% of Waterloo residents work for a corporation headquartered in the city. People that live there work there. People that go to school there are going to work there after, okay? That's why Google and everybody's coming there. So why not lock in quality tenants? Or these people might buy the unit later when it's at the 4-year mark, and that's when we start selling. Fantastic project. It's May 9th. We don't have much info. Stay tuned for that, and we'll assist you with that as well. Here's a little map showing you everything. Shows you where Flex is. It shows you where everything we mentioned is. And why is it such a good buy? Location, location, location. I believe we're on our final project for the evening, ending on May 11th. My favorite number 11, lucky number 11. We are going to the exact opposite end. We are going to Durham, into beautiful South Ajax, at Lake Point, at Discovery Bay. Walking distance to the lake, an 8-story boutique, 172-unit condo, 15 townhomes, okay? Share the amenities, but not attached to the building. These seem to be proper towns. And this is located on the south side of Lake Driveway, right next to a retail plaza for your convenience and your tenants' convenience. Very, very great location in South Ajax. Pricing will be great. We don't want to quote anything yet because we're waiting in the next few days to get pricing and plans. Okay, so sit tight. Everyone's been waiting for Durham. But the last thing that launched in Durham was a tower. When people think Durham condos, a lot of them think these mid-rise, boutique, low-rise buildings. And that's what we have here. Perfect for those people smart sizing when the nest has become empty. Perfect for those people that don't want to live with 500 people, but still want all the amenities and the ease of condo life. Perfect for nature lovers, perfect for people that like to look at the water and be close to the lake. Lake Point Discovery Bay, coming May 11th. And this is showing you where it's located and where everything is. Fantastic project, right next to the water, convenient location. What else could you want in Durham? This, and if you see all those low-rise houses in front of it, lake views from the 4th floor and higher. Recap now, we have BIRCHLEY Park that launched today, North Shore launching tomorrow, Marquee Towns on May 3rd, Carding House also May 3rd, ALLURE May 4th, KIPLING Station May 8th, Flex May 9th, and May 11th, Lake Point. As you can see, First Access Condos is going to be busy trying to secure you units at all these launches, meeting up with the developers, meeting up with sales teams, shaking hands and kissing babies, as they used to say in politics, and making sure you guys get the best opportunity, not just today, but in the future as well. Do we have any questions before we conclude tonight's festivities?
Nope, I think we're all good.
Fantastic. Thank you for answering those, Ashley. Thank you for your assistance today behind the scenes, Kayla. And thank you to you, the viewer, who took your time from your busy day to spend it with us.